Hey guys, I'm gonna be doing a video about my vertical labret. I saw a lot of videos when I was planning on getting mine pierced. However, I had braces at the time. I didn't really see that many videos talking about some of the things that can happen when you have braces. Also, there are some things that I didn't really get an answer to while I was watching these other videos. Um, so I thought that now mine's completely healed, has been for a while. My braces are off, so I can talk about not having braces with it too. I thought I'd make a video. So sorry about if the lighting changes. I'm using sunlight because fucking dirt lighting. So why I got it versus a normal labret or just a regular side piercing. I liked the look of it more, especially because I have my septum pierced. I liked how it would be like a line down my face. And as to a normal labret, I have already a receding gum line from like overbite, um, and I was concerned that the piercing could make that worse. Also, there have been cases of teeth chipping, and I also have very weak teeth. Sometimes I just wake up and it looks like there's a piece missing. So it's, you know, um, rather not have that happen. And then braces, I didn't really know if it'd be rubbing up against my braces inside my mouth. I talked to other people that had normal lip piercings or Monroe piercing while they have braces, and they say nothing happens, but you know. Um, some of the challenges that I have with this is eating apples, especially when it was still like it just healed. It was still kind of especially with my braces, even though I wasn't supposed to be eating apples with my braces. I felt that my lip would get irritated a lot, and sometimes I'd have to take the piercing out to eat an apple. So, I mean, just some foods were difficult to eat because the piercing was still getting irritated easily. Eating popsicles, oh my god, okay, so if you're eating like a soft thing on a stick, be careful of it like rubbing up and down the thing, because with popsicles it'll like dig a trench, and the popsicle will fall off into my lap, and bye-bye popsicle. Other challenges I've had is sometimes the balls will come off, and it's just from me playing with it a lot. I have a bad habit of like twirling it and playing with it in my mouth, so it loosens the balls and they'll like fall off while I'm eating or doing things like that. So just tightening the balls will help with that, and I find that tightening the balls does help with it. I haven't lost any for a while, knock on wood. And yeah, just irritation in general. Just, if your lip starts getting irritated, stop doing whatever you're doing. And then with braces, kind of what I did is I tried to go for in between my wire changes. I tried to pick a big gap. So one of the gaps I had ended up being 8 weeks. So I was like, okay, the next gap should be longer than like 4 weeks. Not what ended up happening, but if you have a chance to go and there's going to be about an 8-week difference between your appointments, or if there's going to be like mine was 5 weeks difference, and it didn't really bother me when I went to go get my wires changed. It was pretty good. So just make sure that there's like a relatively good sized gap between visits. And don't get it pierced at the end of the gap, get it pierced at the beginning of the gap. And tell your orthodontist about the piercing. Tell them to be gentle with it once you do get it pierced. I didn't tell my orthodontist prior to getting it pierced. I told them afterwards. And then when I went to the appointment, I was like, hey, this is new. Don't rip on it or yank on my mouth too hard. It might hurt. And then most asked questions is, how do I do my lipstick? Pretty simple. You just go around the ball right here, because it's like right where my lip ends. So I just kind of go around here, and if I get lipstick on the ball at any point during the day, I just kind of rub it off and it's fine. Or I stick it like that and then just lick off the lipstick. Then kissing, I don't know why, like, people just, random ass people will ask me what it's like kissing for me, what it's like kissing me for the other person. Um, I had a boyfriend at the time that I got this pierced, and once it was healed and we kissed, it wasn't just irritation sometimes, but I mean, if you're not making out with anyone, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that bad. Like, there was nothing. I don't know. You get used to it. I mean, um, just make sure you tighten the balls after, as I said about other things, because they do get loose. And then pain and getting it pierced. The pain wasn't that bad. So I'd say about a 6 out of 10. It wasn't, maybe a 5. It could be a 4. I don't really have that many piercings, so I couldn't really tell you. But I find that getting my eyebrows waxed is a lot worse. Like with eyebrow waxing, often I'll actually leave crying. Not because I'm in pain, but just because my eyes water. But it does hurt a lot more, I find. With when I got it pierced, it was like a quick, like, pinch. My eyes watered a little bit. It wasn't anything too bad. It wasn't anything, like, I wouldn't tell anyone, oh, don't get it, because if you don't like pain, it's going to be really painful. It's very quick, not that bad. Also with getting it pierced, it will bleed. Your lip, yeah, it'll bleed. The swelling, I find, for it wasn't that bad. It was pretty minimal. It did swell, but within a couple hours, it was pretty much back down to normal. It's not really all that bad. Also, just make sure that you research your piercer. Make sure they have proper qualifications, proper training. They use proper jewelry, good quality jewelry. This is implant grade. This is the downsize. This isn't the original jewelry. My piercer with the price included a downsize. So 6 weeks afterwards, I just went in. They put in a new lip ring for me, so I didn't have to do it myself. But research your piercer. Make sure they have good practices for hygiene. They sterilize everything. They make sure everything's clean. They're not like, go to Yelp reviews or whatever, wherever people put reviews, and if there's lots of bad reviews about, oh, I got it pierced and then 2 weeks later I got an infection, like, if there's a lot of people saying that, it's probably the piercer. Always go with quality over price. So if you're like, oh, but this person's like $20 cheaper than this other person, it's $20, like, in the long run, it's probably best that you get it done somewhere that's good and you're not going to have any problems with it. Because taking it out and having to get it re-pierced is way more expensive than like $20. So just, why do something twice if you can do it right the first time? Also, once you go in for your downsize, or once you get a downsize, make sure you know the measurements, so like the gauge and the length. I haven't really tried to go out and buy a new one yet for my lip, because I don't really care enough. Mine was pierced at a 16, and from my understanding, most are. I have heard of some people having a 14 gauge lip one. I can't even find 14 gauge lip jewelry, or curved barbells, I guess it would be called. I don't know. Mine's at a 16. I don't know what length it is because I did not ask. That's why I'm saying you should ask, because now I don't know what kind of jewelry to get. But yeah, and aftercare. This is some of the stuff my piercer told me. I don't remember all of it. These are just kind of the things that I kept in mind, things that I did to try to make sure that it didn't get infected. Some of them I didn't follow to a T, but it's recommended that you do because I was kind of lucky I didn't get any infections with some of the things I did. Like, I'd forget to wash it. I went swimming in an ocean before it was fully healed, and I played with it a lot without washing my hands, or, just stupid shit like that. So wash 2 times daily with a saline solution. My piercer recommended, and I've heard a lot of people say this, don't make the saline solution yourself. Buy something that's specifically made for cleaning piercings. My piercer actually sold a wound cleaner that you would just spray onto the piercing. So if your piercer has a solution there, I would recommend buying that one because they're gonna know what's okay for your piercing and what isn't. So it's probably just best to go with what the piercer says. Also wash your hands before cleaning and after, because anything that's on your hands is going to get into your piercing otherwise. Your hands are dirty, you don't want that. Rinse after consuming anything that isn't water. So if you're eating anything, or if you're drinking anything that's not water, rinse it with a mouthwash. My piercer said to make sure it had no dyes, and just not one that has like a lot of artificial flavoring and stuff. So I used Biotine. It's used typically for people with dry mouths. So my mouth was a little bit more lubricated than normal. But it wasn't that big of a deal. Stay away from swimming. Don't swim in any pools or oceans, regardless of how, or lakes, or regardless of how clean you think it is. There's a lot of bacteria in there that you don't want in your piercing. So wait until it's completely healed. So 2 months is typically the healing time. Although, again, stay with what your piercer tells you. I didn't really ask my piercer about this, but I did do a lot of research on it, and I talked to people I knew who had a lot of lip piercings, about lip products, like how soon can I wear lipstick again? Most people say 2 to 4 weeks. I would go 4 weeks just to be on the safe side. Again, go with what your piercer tells you. If they say wait until it's 2 months, wait until it's 2 months. Also, tighten your balls after eating or brushing your teeth or doing anything with the lip piercing, because if it falls out before it's completely healed, it'll close so fast. And mine still closes in a matter of minutes. Like, it'll still, if I take it out for whatever reason, 20 minutes later, it hurts to get it back in. So just be careful with the tightening of the balls thing. Stay away from spicy foods. It can irritate it. It can just not be a fun time. Yeah, just stay away from foods that are going to be like a lot of contact in that area. So like apples, anything like that that's going to irritate it or hurt it or anything like that. Yeah, so I'm sorry if I forgot anything. Yeah, I got mine pierced January 16th. So it's been quite a while. I don't know how long that is, and I'm not good at math, so I don't even know the date, so that's not. But I got pierced January 16th. It healed within 2 months. I didn't have any problems. It's pretty good. Yeah, so if you have any questions, leave a comment, and I will try to answer it to the best of my ability, or give you a resource that will be able to answer it for you. One place that I like to go to for piercing information is Pangea Piercing. It's like a YouTube channel. They do a lot of informational videos about piercings. You can go check it out. They have a video about all the terminology for all the different types of jewelry, so go check them out. But yeah, have a good day. Hopefully this helped.